Hello everyone and welcome back to the Science Hub. Today we are going to discuss about the paint. The today's session includes what is paint, its composition, its collection and preservation, and further the examination techniques. Paint, it can be defined as a coating that is applied to a surface to provide decorative, protective and other properties. Composition of paint mainly include resin, pigment and additives and others solvent. So the first resin, also referred to as a polymer or the binder, this is essentially the glue that binds the pigment and additives in a place and dries to solid film. Example, vinyl acrylics. It provides the continuous matrix for the paint film and gives the paint its adhesive quality, durability, flexibility and chemical resistance. Pigment, they are finely divided particles which are dispersed throughout the liquid paint, natural or the synthetic. It gives color, opacity, film, reinforcement and functionality, gloss and permeability. The third is the additives. They are the additional components which lend added properties to finish the film or make application and manufacturing easier. They also give to glass viscosity and other properties. Apart from these three, the other composition includes solvent. It is a volatile portion which is used to provide application related properties including float and dry time. Often this solvent is water. Today, with the advent of high technology, paint is still essentially and certain types of coating such as most often used is the powder coating that is 100% solid and don't contain any solvent. It is mainly organic in nature and soluble in turpentine. So as a forensic purpose or the forensic point of view, the most as a evidence we get the automobile paint or the paint that are coated in a different layers in the automobiles. One of the most commonly encountered kinds of paint evidence is the automotive paints that consist of at least 4 layers or the 4 separate coatings. The first is the pre-treatment or the electrocoat primer, second primer, third the top coat and fourth clear coat. By the image itself, we will understand from the downward that is the substrate or the pre-treatment, they are the corrosion resistance and paint adhesion, then primer that are the UV radiation resistance, anti-stone chipping and smoothing, then base coat that is visual or the color, then clear coat that are the transparent, environmental and damage resistant. First, pre-treatment, that is the first coating or the first layer on the vehicles. Then it typically is a zinc electroplating applied to the steel body of vehicle to inhibit rusting. The steel is a time and then washed again. Its significance to be aware that if we are getting any zinc found element in the element analysis, that would be come from the coating, not necessary from the paint itself. Then second is the primer, that is the second coating or the second layer, and epoxy resin with corrosion resistant pigments, the color to minimize contrast and bleed through. The steel body of the vehicle is dipped in a large bath of liquid primer and plated by electrical conduction. Primer coating is finished with a proper primer surface that smooths the surface of a metal and provide better adhesive for the next coating. Top coat, that is the third coating layer. It may be a single color layer coat or multi-layered coat or a metallic color coat. That is the actual color of the vehicle. Generally, heavy metals such as lead or chrome are not used for the coating. Gold, bronze, zinc, nickel, steel give an glittering finish to the vehicle. Mica or the mica flakes incorporated to provide a shimmering or the changing color effect. Clear coat, that is the final or the last coating layer. Unpigmented coating applied to improve glass and durability of vehicles coating. Clear coat where acrylic based is the chemistry. Polyurethanes are used for this type of coating. Now for the forensic purpose, we should go for the collection and preservation of paint evidence. So there are general steps we should follow for the collection and preservation of the paint evidence, that are: paint chips are likely to be found on near or the people or the object involved in a hit and run incidents. The recovery of loose paint chips from an garment or from the road surface must be done with the utmost care to keep the paint chip intact. Paint chips may be picked up with a tweezer, scooped up, or with a piece of paper. Then the paper should be done with the druggist fold, and glass or the plastic vials make excellent containers for the paint. If the paint is smeared or embedded on the garment of the object, the investigator should not attempt to remove it. It should directly package the whole item carefully and send it for the laboratory examination. When transfer of paint occurs in hit and run situations, such as to be on the clothing of a pedestrian victim, the standard samples always be collected from the undamaged area of the vehicle for the comparisons. Whenever in a hit and run case or any other case of accident, we should always collect a standard sample too for the comparison of the damaged part and the standard sample for better results. Standard samples are always removed so as to include the paint layers down to be bare metal. This is the best accomplished by removing the paint section with a clean scalpel or a knife blade. Sample that is 1/4 inch square is enough for the laboratory examination. Carefully wipe the blade or knife or the scarping tool before each and every next sample collection to avoid the contamination. All layers of paint must be including in standard and the reference of the paint. Now, analysis of the paint. First is the visual. In visual examination, we would go for the color examination. Then, if there is any contamination, we would note that. Then, for foreign materials, thickness of the paint chip or the paint we have get as an evidence. Then, weathering and surface and the layer features. Second is the microscopic or the physical examination. For microscopic examination, very thin cross section of the paint chip is needed, which we would obtain from a microtome. Microtome is used to take a cross section of a very small particle or the substance. It is also used in hair. Now, a combination of microscope, that is the stereo, transmitted light and polarized light at the magnification of 2x to 100x are used to examine the layer of paint. Now, with the help of these microscopic techniques, we would get to know about the layer of paint, presence of pigment in the particular sample, presence of any other substance or the foreign particles, structure of paint layer, flake size and distribution, inclusions and layer defects. The next is the microchemical test. The basis of this test is that the different layer of paint have different chemical with oxidizing, dehydrating and reducing agent. These tests are the destructive test, so this test should be performed very carefully and only performed when we have sufficient sample. Microchemical test can be applied to peeled individual layer of a paint to avoid interactivity with adjacent layer as well as the intact paint chips. The next is the instrumental method. In instrumental, we would go for the microscopy, that is polarized light microscope, scanning electron microscope, transmission electron microscopes are used. They are used to study the morphology, optical property, topographical visualization of sample, image of the particle in sample and the upmost layer of the paintings. The next is the spectroscopic method. Infrared, FTIR, Raman, X-ray fluorescence are used. Microspectrophotometers are also used. They are used to identify the binders, pigments and additives to the known of the chemical structure of the paint components. Chromatographic method, pyrolysis, gas chromatography are used. They are the destructive techniques, so it should only perform when we have sufficient sample. It is used the breakdown products of the comparison of paint and identification of the binder type. Pyrolysis, gas chromatography and mass spectroscopy are more effective than than usually the gas chromatography. It gives more detail about the sample of the paint. So here we end the session. So in particular session we have gone through the forensic examination of paint, which includes the what is paint, its composition, then where mainly we would get this evidence, that is on the automotive or the automobiles, that is hit and run case or any road accident cases, then its collection and preservation, and further the examination, which includes the visual, physical and the instrumental techniques. Thank you and keep visiting Science Hub for such an interesting forensic science video.